Good after whatever time of the day it is that you're receiving this. This is the first report, whatever number it is. We forgot to check again.
No, there's no point keeping count anymore.
This is Fletcher Tabato.
Clayton Mitchell.
And we're going to give you an update. It's been a couple of weeks because of the recess has been there, and some pretty exciting things happening.
Yeah. So I think the first thing we should say is recess sounds like a break, but I think I was home for 3 days in the first week and 3 days in the second week. That included the weekends. Yeah. And I don't think you had it much better than that.
Mate, there is no rest with kids because politics takes up a hell of a lot of time, but when you've got little wee ones to attend to, they keep you pretty busy as well. But not that's a chore.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, no, it's great. Lots of sports over the holidays.
Now, we did manage to do something together. We went to Waihi.
Yeah, we did.
Now,
Fletcher actually stayed at my house, which was quite
Don't tell
nice.
people that.
Yeah, well, no, that's responsible, right? Because you could have stayed at a hotel, but he went and stayed with his mate, came through to Tauranga. Yeah. Then we went through nice and early to the Waihi gold mine, Oceana Gold, and we spent the day there. What a fascinating experience that was.
Yeah, first of all, great hosts and some fantastic people.
Well, they weren't that good. I was expecting maybe they could give us an ounce or two of gold afterwards.
There were no parcels.
No silver, no gold, but just a great tour.
No sample products.
So they were good hosts, you're right.
But I think what struck me, because we spent hours actually travelling down into the mine.
400 metres below the surface, people.
Have I got this right? Was it a spiral descending mine?
Yes.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, you've done well to remember that.
Yeah.
Absolutely fascinating. They told us at the start that we weren't allowed to take any rocks or trinkets, but they did actually manage to give us a tiny little piece of I think it was just like a quartz or something.
They must have liked you.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to my daughter.
Anyway, amazing experience, amazing operation. And what a great example of how you can do mining responsibly really well in New Zealand. So congratulations.
And because mining's on the go at the moment. We know recently we had an announcement as a government that we were moving away from searching for new mining sites and pulling away from extraction over the next 12 to 15 years. But when you look at this extraction industry and people, some of the organisations within it, they are doing a fantastic poster child approach to it. And I think the best example of that is the Reefton mine, which has just closed up after 29 years down in the west coast of the South Island, which was owned by Oceana Gold. And you wouldn't even know that there was a mine there. They've brought that place straight back to what it looked like, conservation, lots of trees, lots of planting, and it's magnificent. Waihi, they're doing the same there. It's obviously still active. The open casters, they've stopped open cast mining. They're all drilling under the ground about 150 to 400 metres below the surface. Yep. And they're creating jobs, creating wealth for
hundreds of jobs. Yeah. Great amount of tax. So great operation.
It ticks a lot of boxes for New Zealand First, and we're certainly we've been articulating that through some of the media that's been coming out. This week, Fletch, is our 25th birthday celebration. How was that last night? How are you feeling?
Well, I feel old for a 25-year-old, mate. What about you?
Mate, I don't feel dusty at all. I had to go to work last night.
You actually disappeared, didn't you?
I was there for 1 hour to press the flesh and see you blow out the candles, and then I was on a plane down to Christchurch because I had meetings to attend this morning.
Actually, the irony of it was I had to disappear into the house as well. I had to speak to a few private members' bills. So, there's certainly, like you said before, there's no rest in this job. But that's what we're here for. And shot down a few private members' bill from the opposition last night. So
you know what I'm looking.
Good.
Yeah, you do a great job out there too. The professor, as he speaks up in the House, he gets a lot of kudos and support from the opposition. But I'm looking forward to the next 25 years. In fact, by the time we hit 50-year-old party, we'll be certainly well into our retirement years, and we can look back in reflection.
Geez, yeah.
There's a little bit of touch wood there. Not that I'm superstitious. We've got a lot of work to do to get that far, but we've done well to get to
25 years. I think I might still be in my 60s.
What? Yeah, God, I won't be. I'll be in the 70s. Anywho, just to wrap things up, Fletch, what has been the best policy you think that New Zealand First has come up with over the last 25 years?
I'm going to cheat very quickly. I'm going to say there's two things, and I've spoken about these before on the show, so I'm just going to say what they are. We've got the $1 billion fund, $3 billion over the next 3 years. I think that's huge for the region, and despite all the negative media about how it's being used, I think it's going to make a huge difference for regional New Zealand. And the other one is the $1 billion tax credits for R&D. I mean, we have stood behind this message of empowering business and innovation in New Zealand, and I think this is fundamental to making that happen, along with all the other great packages that not just New Zealand First, but this government are bringing to the table. What about you, mate? What's one of the best memories? Or
no, seriously, he's stolen both of mine. That's not fair. They are both very good. But I'll throw in there just to add to that. I'll raise you by a billion trees. Now, to put that into perspective, we're going to be doubling the number of trees that we're currently planting over the next 10 years to turn that from 500 million into 1 billion trees. It's going to offset a lot of our international obligations for the Paris Accord to create an opportunity, those obligations under those treaties. That is absolutely fantastic. Again, jobs in the regions, dealing with our environmental problem that we've got globally. And the other thing I'd have to say is the Super Gold Card, because when we get to 50 years, mate, we'll be hopefully still having that Super Gold Card that New Zealand First fought for, and that has got so many great benefits for so many people.
Keep an eye on the space because we're modernising it. So.
We are, it's going to be brought into the 21st century. Anyway, we're well over time.
We better go.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Exciting times.
You probably won't stay till the end because this is a particularly long one, but so much to talk about. See you next week.
See ya.